What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary Talk Show on Nothing But Reds. I am your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steven. Steven, what is up? Good morning. How you feeling, man?
I was not late.
A wise man once said, if you're on time, you're late.
Tony, do not believe him. I was not late. I've been up for hours.
But he shows up right at 9:01.
9:00. Do not lie to these people. They deserve the truth.
Okay. Man, so I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. Right now, we got Tony Madden and one other. Welcome, guys. We're going to be getting into a few things today. We're going to review the Aston Villa match, the FA Cup results. We're also going to be talking about the latest transfer rumors that are surrounding Liverpool. Are we going to go for a center back? Some sites have tipped odds for center backs. We'll get into that as well. And then we'll get into a little bit of a preview for the Man United match. So, Steve, first off, quick thoughts on the match. And actually, hold on. Before we get into that, I do want to just open up the stream with a little bit of just some fun. And it's an interesting video. You remember the video with Ragnar Klavan, Steve, where it's like a pass is coming at him. He lets it run through his legs, and he does a quick spin and takes it on the other side. All right.
Yeah, he dummied
it, right. So this will be a nice little opener for all the people to see our boy Reece Klavan.
Yep.
What a savage.
I love that one.
Oh, man. I was watching it live, and it seemed like, like he took it off his back and then his head. But, man, what a good way to start the stream.
He's taking a lot of heat.
I don't know why.
People are saying he's so slow.
He is slow.
I'm not sure if he's put a foot wrong until the other day.
Well, that's
am I missing something? Because I thought he's been pretty damn solid.
So have I. But let's talk about that. All right. What's your overall impression of the match? It's obviously a tale of two halves, so let's break down both halves.
Yeah. Like first half, quick goal, had chances to score more. Like the first half could have been 3-0. No one would be complaining. Or 3-1. It's tough because they're young players, but they're also really hungry.
That's the thing.
Mentality-wise, if we're playing against, kids or lesser competition, we're gonna drop our intensity. Like our players weren't worried about that match, with the exception of the absolute warriors, like a Milner, a Hendo. Those guys that just go 110%, whether they're playing 5-year-olds or 18-year-olds. Like that, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think we really have much to be concerned about in terms of that first half, like people are making it seem. Now the second half, a lot more like it. You bring on Thiago, you bring on Shaqiri, they get all the praise, but like they were facing 18-year-olds, so like I think we need to be a little bit more reserved in the amount of credit that we give them for their performance in the second half. Now, if we lost that game, if we drew that game, then I'd be like, yeah, big problems. But we won the game 4-1. It's not always going to be pretty. You're not going to put up 8 every time you have an opportunity to. But I don't think Reece Williams deserves to be getting heat like that. Like it's one goal.
Fair. And guys, let us know your thoughts in the chat. Me personally, looking at the first half, we score early. We score with 3 minutes into the match. Okay. And obviously you're thinking, okay, good start, right? Because we're coming off of a loss. And you're thinking, all right, we need to get ahead early. We're playing the U9s. Like these kids literally got dropped off by their parents. And so we get the goal early, and it looked like we were cruising from there. It looked like we were satisfied with the 1-0. We're just poking around, not really trying to exploit them. And then on the counterattack, I will say, and this is why I think you said Reece Williams is getting heat. Reece Williams just flat out got beat on that counterattack, Steve. I mean, he shouldn't be getting beat like that. He should be in position to make that play, especially, I mean, he is young, to his credit, right? He's a little young, but listen, he needs to be in position to make that.
We're talking about one play.
I know. I get it.
One 3-second window, literally probably 3 to 5 seconds, and he's taking heat. Too slow, not good enough, not ready for first-team football. But those people were absolutely silent when he was playing matches, perfect matches.
Well, God, that's literally how it is. Like people, they come out of the woodwork when someone does something bad, but when someone's doing something good, they don't say anything. That's just how
it's so obnoxious.
it's so annoying. It's so freaking
We're
annoying.
talking about one play. Now, Trent Alexander-Arnold against Southampton, that is something to take heat over. Not personal slander. We're not attacking his character. We're not saying in, out. We're not trying to get rid of the guy. But that is a terrible game. You deserve to take heat for that. You don't deserve to take heat for one play when you're, whatever, 19, 20 years old. Like, Lovren used to do that 2 or 3 times a game.
Do I need to show people what this kid is capable of, Steve? For the love of God, stop muting yourself, Steve.
Please pull out the video. I'm sorry.
It's a terrible habit.
I'm sorry.
People, look at what we're dealing with here. Look at this kid.
That was nice.
Look at this. This, in my opinion, this shows world-class talent, Steve.
It does. Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
So stop with the Reese slander. All right. But let's go over to the chat and say what's up to some people.
Find something else to do.
Doug in the chat. Tony as well. Hussein Khalif, who knew 22. What is up, everyone? Good morning. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Help YouTube push the video out to more Liverpool fans. Let's see what people are saying, Steve. So, yep, no center back. No new news about a center back. Doug saying Trent is just in a bad spell. He will come back from this. Of course, he will. Williams is still learning. Show me a player who doesn't make at least one mistake a game. Yeah, just reminds me of Clavin. And that's the whole point. Yeah. Downturn Abbey as well in the chat. We know now that Trent had COVID, so that might explain it. That was in preseason, though. You know what I mean? Klopp came out and said he had it in preseason. I don't know that. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Liz Golden as well. The Williams abuse makes me crazy. When he develops, they will shut up. This is what I don't get, Steve. And literally, this is what it's obnoxious. One bad play, they come out of the woodwork. Okay? Same thing with Salah. Same thing with Trent. And I just don't understand. Like, and let's just go into the second half now, because Klopp had to make subs against these U18s, this U18 team. He made the subs. Thiago comes on, right? Brings on Shaqiri, and we absolutely dominate the second half. It literally looked like we were playing a different team. And so, even though we should be beating that team with our reserves, I feel like it was still a good performance. It still lets us look at something positive going into the Man United match. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we're looking too deep into it. Like, could we have beaten that team 8-0? Yes, but at the end of the day, you win 4-1.
Mm-hmm. And that's all it is. That's all it is.
You don't have to dissect an FA Cup game against a team of reserves. No,
you don't. But we're gonna do that, and that's why we're gonna get.
Well, no, I don't. I feel like people are dissecting the Reece Williams 5-second incident.
Right. Out of position, getting beat by the striker. To be fair, it's a good finish. I feel like it's a good finish.
It was a great play. He got beat. He got beat by a kid his age or whatever. You know what I mean? He got beat by a kid that's probably somewhere along the same point in his development.
Yeah. And
I don't know how old the Barry was. I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, I don't. Most of those kids are all teenagers. I know that, but Connor does bring up a good point. Despite him having COVID in preseason, he said he did miss a lot of preseason preparations, to be fair. So, yeah, and so did Ox, too. I mean, Ox, around that time we were in Austria, he missed a lot of those preseason preparations. So, I mean, yeah, you can look at it through 8 different lenses, Steve.
Well, he's had 15 or 20 games between then to pick it up. I don't think the preseason has anything to do with it.
That's what my opinion is. I think Trent, he did get injured. There was a gap. He comes back from the international break, and he's trash. He's been trash since then. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. People are telling me Barry is 17. And Jim A, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Jim A saying, can't look too much into that performance. It was a no-win match. Yeah. Fly Girl and D in the chat. That is.
Perfect way to put it, Jim.
Tony Madden in here. Villa may have fielded a young side, but they played well. They were a credit to that team. And this is what I was saying, and this is the last thing I'll say before we move on to some of the transfer talks, or actually looking at the stats, but then we'll move on to the transfer talk, is the fact that they played well. Like, they were actually, like, respectably playing well in that first half. And the fact that they even got a goal on pretty much a first team side, you got to give them credit. And apparently that kid was at Barcelona. He was like the first English youngster to be signed by Barcelona.
Barry?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And I would just go ahead.
It's just like, oh my God. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's like Reece Williams out. 1 5-second span. Barry, the next big thing. He touched the ball 3 times.
You know how the fans are, though, bro.
I would have finished that too.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yes, I would have.
You would have torn your ACL again.
Oh, God.
No. But seriously, though, I just want to remind everyone that Ben Woodburn was linked with Barcelona at one point, okay? So we can just throw that on our shoulder.
We got eyes on Ben Woodburn. We got eyes on him. Anyone know what he's up to these days?
I know he went on a loan to Oxford United last year. I don't know where he's at now. Kid is struggling. But let's talk about the good performances of Thiago and Shaq, Steve, okay? Seeing Thiago play now, 2 games, right? 2 games in a row. The guy is special. The guy is something else, Steve.
Best player on the pitch.
You need to get a cough drop.
Best player on the pitch.
Best player on the pitch. And when you go back and watch the highlights, okay, I get, we need to just open this with saying it was against 18-year-olds, guys. I get it, right? But you still have to go out there and play the game. Thiago was finding space, finding passes. Like, he was a part of all those goals. Literally a part of all those goals.
Yeah, he's going to start every single game now.
Let me ask you this, Steve. Do you start? I obviously think you start Thiago against Man United. Do you start Shaqiri against Man United?
No. Super sub.
Okay. Guys, let us know in the chat. What do you think? Do you start Shaqiri against United? Let us know.
I think it's a no-brainer. You need Gini, Hendo, Thiago in the midfield.
Right.
Like, I don't think you could ever convince me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's so clear-cut. We need the stability with Gini and Hendo. We need the creativity with Thiago. And I think Shaqiri, I don't even know if he's fit to play 90 minutes.
Shaqiri?
Yeah. And, like, could you justify starting him over Salah? Like,
oh, God, no. Unless he was injured, right? But he started. Yeah, no. But he's so good. I love watching Shaqiri play, dude. I
he
think
always has been, but who is he going to start over?
That's the thing. Some people would argue you start him over Salah because Salah's in bad form. Salah scored in that game. Like,
yeah, I don't want to hear that either.
There was a part of me that was thinking, like, yeah, Salah's in bad form, but Salah played fine in that match, in my opinion. I mean, he had a couple shots on goal. One of them went in, and it was a nice finish, to be fair. And Graham, exactly. This is the thing. Start Shaq where? Literally, where would you start him? I think the only argument you could make would be starting him in the midfield.
Right, and that's a very weak argument.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all over social media, dude. People are saying, do you start Shaq in this game? Does he deserve to start?
No.
Yeah. And so this is what people are saying, Shaq over Jones now in terms of the lineup. Now, there's an argument I could potentially get behind, but even then, I'm still thinking Jones deserves to start in that midfield.
Yeah, I don't think the players are too similar, to be honest.
No, not at all.
You see Jones drop all the way back.
There's times where he's playing like left back.
Yeah.
Center back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those players funnel in and out like crazy. Shaq's not coming back there and picking up the ball deep in the midfield.
No. God, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Another player I do want to bring up before we move on to the transfer news is Nico Williams, Steve. I thought Nico Williams looked excellent in that match.
I think a lot of people are saying that. I thought he was pretty average.
Fair?
Average to poor, actually, in the first half.
You think?
I'm being honest, yeah. But then, then I think he evened out. I don't remember him putting in any dangerous crosses. I do remember him losing the ball a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he was solid. I thought he played better than we've seen him play in the past for sure, but nothing to write home about, in my opinion. That's just me.
No, I agree with that latter part. He's looked better than he has looked in a while. But to be fair, in the first half, he looked energetic. Like he was doing some step overs, dummy crosses, trying to push the line, trying to get the ball in the box. And he had some excellent touches to get past his man on that side in the first half. Second half, same thing. He was putting some very good crosses into the box. Now, he didn't have any thing that stood out. Like he wasn't spinning people around. You know what I mean? But he just looked good. Like he wasn't giving the ball up or anything like that. When he needed to pass it backwards, he did. When he knew he needed to push forward, he did. I thought he just looked good. Really. That's really what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Let's go over to the chat. So Jim's saying he would start him over Salah. I just don't. No, you got to start Salah in this game. It's Man United.
It's Man United. People are just hung up on the game where he had 2 deflected goals. 2 years ago. Different coach, different team, on our side and on their side. Just completely different circumstances. Let's just let this run.
I just literally want people to watch my guy, Reese Williams. Reese Clavin. Look at this man.
I love it. It's just those goals were huge because we won. Mourinho got canned. That was the game he got sacked, right?
We terminated 2 managers that season, Steve. Or no. We terminated one that season, one the next season. It was Jose Mourinho and then Everton's manager, Silva, Roberto. I literally don't even remember the guy's name. Who? Marco, is it Marcos? Whoever, he was trash.
It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to let us know in the comments. The guy was absolutely irrelevant. Number 1. Number 2, don't get hung up on Shaqiri's 2 deflected goals 2 years ago. The circumstances are different. Shaqiri's never been someone where we're dying to have him start. Why start that now? He was the super sub a couple years ago. He starts when he absolutely has to, I think. But I don't think we're at that point right now. He's someone good to bring on. He hasn't. When was the last time he played 90 minutes in a Prem game?
Good God.
I don't think he has in 2020, in this whole year. Granted, we missed a good chunk of the year with COVID. I don't think he's played 90 minutes in a Prem game in all of 2020.
No.
Or he did in all of 2020, but now we're in 2021.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go back to the chat here. Jane saying Woodburn is working in Tesco's. My guess would be that would be like a grocery store. I'm not sure. Jim A. All right, so this is Jim's justification for playing Shaq over Mo, saying that Mo is just not playing well lately, and Shaq killed Man United from the right side 2 years ago. And this just goes back to what we were talking about. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I mean, it is a debate going on currently in social media.
Did he kill Man United, though?
And this is what I was saying. He had 2 deflected goals.
Big deflections.
But he played well, though, Steve.
He did play well, and he was in great form at the time. He was our super sub.
He was.
But we haven't seen deflections like that in God knows how long. When was the last time we saw a deflection like that? 2 in 1 game.
Let's just appreciate Joel Matip for a second. I love this. This is honestly just my favorite account. No context, Joel Matip. It's just quality entertainment, this man. Give a thumbs up to the video.
Look at this legend.
For Joel Matip.
What would we do without him?
Yeah.
Did Schalke win yesterday?
Good thought there. Good thought there, Connor, for the copyright strike. Yeah. What'd you say, Steve?
Did Schalke win?
Schalke won for the first time in 31 games. It was I think they broke the longest streak or winless streak ever.
Is there no relegation?
There's Bundesliga.
All right, so are they still in the Bundesliga then?
I think.
So they must have lost the last 15 games of last season.
No. Winless.
Oh, okay. So there's some draws.
Did I say losing streak? Sorry.
No, I don't know. I think I just assumed that.
Okay. And yeah, that from what I read, that's what's going on. But yeah. So Steve, let's move forward to talking about what's going on with the transfer news, right? You and I were talking about this last night, and I want everyone in the chat to give us your thoughts. Okay. And someone's saying they're rock bottom of the Bundesliga. Doesn't surprise me at all. Okay. Klopp has been known to be very, for lack of a better word, stubborn when it comes to transfers in the middle of the year, unless it's the right guy. Given our injury situation at the back, everyone in their right mind thinks we should sign a center back. It has been reported throughout the last couple of weeks that, one, Klopp has been vocal about no one's coming in January. There's likely to be no signings in January. And two, people don't want to come to Liverpool because fighting for a first-team spot is so difficult. And this is just proven by some of the reports that are coming out on Twitter. You'll see Anfield Edition here reporting via Fabrizio Romano. Players don't want to join Liverpool right now due to intense competition for starting places. So, Steve, I want to get your thoughts on those two things. So, first, it's obviously difficult for players to come in and get a starting spot unless you're Diogo Jota, okay? And second thing is, we need a freaking center back, Steve.
Yeah, anybody that's scared of competition for a starting spot, I don't want anyways. I don't want on my club anyways.
Ooh, that's a good point.
If you're worried about that, if you don't have confidence in your abilities and your work ethic to break in, that's on you. If you don't want the chance at winning trophies, that's on you.
It's a very good point.
I mean, a lot of the people we've been linked with, let's face it, the strongest links, they're not really in the running for trophies.
I mean, Upamecano.
What trophies?
Well, I mean, RB Leipzig are in the Champions League still.
They're not going to win the Champions League, Kyle. Does anyone think that they're going to win the Champions League?
I don't. I'm just saying.
Okay, then.
Right? And then you look at players like Ben White, right? Brighton.
They got a shot at the Prem. Sven Botman. Think about this. These guys have no shot.
Oh, my goodness. So people are saying we have to sign someone with potential and experience, like Rob Ignoli, for example. Rob Ignoli from Italy.
Romagnoli, yeah.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. Sign Konate, right? So Konate, Upamecano, Leipzig center backs. Okay, Steve, let's just get your thoughts first off on who you want to bring in. We were talking about this last night. You were very vocal about us needing to sign someone. So just literally just brain dump all your thoughts about it right now.
Brain dump? Okay. I haven't heard that before, but
I made it up just now.
I think it's this simple. There is money. There is definitely money. And if what we've heard through rumors and things like, FSG and Klopp are being conservative with their money, planning a huge move next summer, it's like, well, the winning the Premier League is more important than some phantom fantasy big move next summer. How many players could we actually bring into our side to make us better? There's probably only a handful in the world. We need a center back right now. Now's not the time to be stubborn. Now's not the time to worry about finances. Figure out a way to make it work. Whether you have to sell 3 or 4 players for under what you'd want to sell them for. You have to bring a center back in because the league is tight right now. Because we've battled injuries, we've battled situations with VAR, we haven't played as well as we have in the past. And Man City's got 2 games in hand and they're 4 points behind. And their next 5 to 8 fixtures are terrible. Mm-hmm. They're playing against no top 6 sides for a while, as far as I know. I skimmed through it a couple days ago. I may have missed 1 or 2, but they're gonna win. They're gonna win a lot of games right now. And Man United's right there, and Leicester's right there. We need a center back because we don't want to look back in May and go, "Wow, we really could have won the league if we had a center back. We really could have won the league if we had a center back."
Okay, so
buy somebody I don't know who. There's so many rumors I can't even keep up. This guy's linked, then he's not. We're getting Botman, then we're not. James Pierce says we're not getting anybody. I don't know what's going on. We got to bring someone in, though, because we're not walking away with it this year. I hate to say it. I was wrong. I thought we would. We're not.
Well, that's back when we had Virgil van Dijk and Gomez healthy.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say Fabinho has done an excellent job at the back, but I just want to remind everyone, Fabinho is not a center back. He was put at the center back spot this season because of the injury situations that we had, okay? Just for a second, take out Fabinho from the center back spot. We have Matip, who's guaranteed to get an injury every other week, Nat Phillips, and Reece Williams. How in anyone's right mind would you not say to yourself, we need to buy an actual center back? How?
I don't think you have to even make the argument of like he's not an actual center back, because what makes you a center back? Like because you played it your whole life?
Right. Yeah, good point. I see where you're going with that.
Like I think we can count on him to be. We want him in the midfield, yes, but I'll settle for one more center back and Fabinho and be completely happy.
Yeah.
What would be very disappointing for all of us as supporters is if they don't do anything and we don't win the league because of it.
Right.
There's players that are rotting on the bench. Divock Origi out, bring someone else in.
And this is what I was going. We were talking about this last night. I think the perfect scenario is selling Divock Origi in this transfer window and then bringing in someone of the same exact price range. Sven Botman, right? I mean, honestly, or Upamecano has also been tipped by one of the people. I'm not exactly sure who. It could have been the manager, the owner, someone over at Leipzig tipped to say that Upamecano may be available. Okay. Now, I just don't see us going after that quality of player. But again, I think Klopp isn't stupid. Neither is the club. If they think that we need to bring someone in, they're going to do it. And let me just ask you this, Steve. If you're in that position after the results that we've had, the draws, and then the loss to Southampton, looking at the table now with teams behind us with games in hand, do you go out and buy a top-class player?
You buy anyone. I don't know who. I would like to see that because that's the safest bet to win the league. But if you have to get somebody at the development stage of a Botman for less, go for it.
Yeah.
I just feel like we need to do something to show that we actually care and acknowledge that this is a real issue. Listen to City's next fixtures. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. Okay. Man City. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, West Brom, Sheffield United, then Burnley, then us. So they have 6 fixtures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're probably gonna win. I would bet on them winning.
Yeah.
And then they have us. And then they have Tottenham and then Arsenal. So they have a tough stretch after that. But if they rattle off 6 in a row and we keep dropping points here and there, draws, maybe a loss, couple wins, it's not looking good.
Right. But even if we bring someone in, there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to jump right into the system and play either and make an immediate difference.
Well, I'm not talking about them playing today, but like there's 22 games left, roughly 21 or 22 games left.
Mm-hmm.
You have to imagine they'd be up to speed within 3 or 4 games.
Right.
Ish. 3, whatever. Let's just say it took them 10. It's plenty of this, 2 months left after that.
Yeah. I think another thing that I think our defense, honestly, I think the defense is just getting magnified because of the injury situation, Steve. But I think a big loss was Diogo Jota.
Yes.
If we had Diogo Jota putting in goals week in, week out, I really do not think we'd be in the situation we are now. I don't even think the media would be they'd probably be talking about a center back, but it wouldn't be Liverpool need to sign a center back. It would be, do Liverpool need to sign someone? Like, And I also think we would be higher. We would have way more points than we do. That is a huge injury blow, Steve.
Big time.
Because the best form of defense is a good offense, people say. You know what I mean? So when you're struggling up there, it can make your defense look bad, when in all actuality, it hasn't been that terrible.
Yeah. No, I agree. We're in a tough spot right now. They need to just do something.
Yeah. Tony said it's a tactical change we need. We're not shipping many goals, but we're not scoring. Teams know how to defend against now, so we need to be less predictable. Yeah. And Pep Linders came out and said that we maybe look like we're less creative, but he said it's because we're always in the right position to make things happen now. We're not scrambling to get in those positions. So I thought that was actually an interesting point, that Pep Linders would come out and be vocal about the fact that we're maturing as a team, and that's why maybe it doesn't look like we're creating that much. But again, Thiago changes the game completely, and I think that is going to help big time, Steve, especially against these Man United teams.
I might bet on the game.
On the Man United?
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah. Thiago's healthy. Thiago's healthy. We are going to create chances. Yep.
We got some compliments in here. Love you guys. Keep it up. Thank you very much. You'll never walk alone. 96. Liz agrees with Tony. So that's an interesting take. But Steve, let's look forward to the Man United match. Okay. So you were talking to me last night. The last 2 months, their fixtures haven't been that great in terms of their results. But it's been recently when we've been dropping points, they've been capitalizing. And sometimes that's all it takes to climb the Premier League table. What do you think? What are you thinking going into this game, dude? With Pogba back healthy, with Bruno Fernandes doing what Bruno Fernandes does, and David De Gea, honestly, looks incredible again. He went through like a 2-year stretch where he was trash.
Yeah, he was actually bad. They should have sold him.
But now
should have sold high on him.
Yeah, but he looks really good now.
Yeah, credit to him. What did you ask me? What are my thoughts?
Just what are you thinking going into this game? People, they got their predictions in the chat. Devin Stewart saying Liverpool 2, Man United 1. What do you think?
I don't think Man United have a chance of winning the Premier League. Let's put it that way. So
interesting.
No, I don't even think they have a shot. Do you?
They're up there.
There's 20-something games left. Do you think that Manchester United has a chance of winning the Premier League? Do you think they have a higher chance of Man City and Liverpool?
That's a different question. That's a different question altogether. All right.
Well, if you think they're going to win, then you have to think that their chances are higher than.
No. But you didn't ask me that at first. You said, "Do you think they have a chance?" Of course, they have a chance. Look where they're at the table. Do I think they have a higher chance of Man City or Liverpool? No.
Okay. Glad we just got that out of the way. I don't think Man United is a long-term threat to our chances at winning the Premier League. I think they're their rival. I think this is a very important game. I think they've had a okay year. If we looked at through their recent fixtures, not too long ago, they've lost to some bad teams. So
that's true. That's true. To be fair,
I wouldn't even say that they're in excellent form right now. I think they're just right place, right time. Like Leicester, no one's actually worried about Leicester, but Leicester's 1 point behind.
Yeah, and it's Man United or not Man United. Man City are climbing the table. That's another thing that we have to worry about. And I'm right now. I'm looking at some of their past fixtures here in the Premier League. Right, they have a win against Aston Villa. They drew with Leicester City. They beat Wolves. They beat Everton. They beat Leeds. Drew with Man City. Beat Sheffield. Beat West Ham. Beat Southampton. Steve, I'm looking. They look like they're in pretty good form right now.
Pull it up.
I got you. All right, here we go.
I'm excited to watch the game, but I'm not thinking about, Liverpool are going to lose this one.
Right. So if we're going back, we're back pretty far. We're back in November now, but look, we're starting here at West Brom. They have the win against West Brom. They have the win against Southampton. That game pissed me off, by the way, because Southampton were up 2-0. Man United come back and win that game. That was Stupid. Then go on, they beat West Ham 3-1. All right. Draw with Man City. And then from there, they just dominate, right? They beat Sheffield United 3-2. I wouldn't say that's domination, but they still win. 6-2 against Leeds. They drew with Leicester, but beat Wolves, beat Villa. And, well, let me go. I'm trying to think what you were talking about where they didn't have favorable results. Okay, so they did lose to Arsenal, right? They beat Newcastle. They got crapped on by Tottenham, okay, to be fair. And all their losses come at home, which is pretty interesting. And they've already played Villa twice. They've lost once and won once. All right. They lost to Crystal Palace. Interesting. So yeah, maybe they have more losses than we do, obviously, but they're getting.
I think everybody does every year.
Well, yeah, but they're getting results when we're struggling, and I think that's what matters.
Yep.
And that's why they're at the top of the table. So, like, whereas they started in bad form, we were in good form, right? They were at one point 14th or 15th in the table, and then it picks up. And that's what's so crazy about the Premier League. You can be competitive year-round because of this reason.
Yep, I agree. And I think one thing I feel like we didn't really talk about it too much, or maybe even at all, because I just don't recall, is the Southampton game.
Yeah.
What is going on? What was going on with that referee?
Oh God.
It's kind of annoying because everyone feels like they need to give credit to Southampton before they're allowed to complain about something. Yes, credit to Southampton. They chipped Allison in the second minute. Credit to them. Seriously. Like, they won the game. They got the 3 points. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I watched back the highlights and the situations the other day. That was abysmal.
It was a bad game.
How does that man still have a job?
Wait, who?
The referee.
Oh, the referee. I'm like, who are you talking about, Steve?
How does he still have a job?
That was rough. It was a rough game. Not only did Salah get choked.
Worst I've seen.
Salah got choked. There's a handball. All right. What other situations were there? There were a few, though. There were a few throughout the game.
Penalty on Walker-Peters, on Mane. Milner, dirty tackle on Milner towards the end of the game there.
Oh, okay. I agree. Now, the Mane challenge, I think that was fair. It was shoulder to shoulder. But the Milner tackle, dude, for the love of God, he took this man out.
He tried to kill him.
Took him out. Tried to kill him. It was attempted homicide.
Mm-hmm.
No call.
No call.
You don't just take out James Milner. It doesn't happen. You need a running start, and you need to catch him off guard. It's unbelievable. And this is what I'm talking about. James freaking Milner. Absolute legend. Let us know what you guys think about that in the chat. But yeah, Steve, I just want to close out giving my thoughts again on this transfer situation because we're in the middle of the transfer window, and the results lately have shown that maybe we need to buy someone at the back. Look, guys, just listen to me for a second. All right? I think we need to buy someone. I think we do. Okay? Not only because Matip can't stay healthy, but because Fabinho is a midfielder that's being forced to play at the back because of the injury situation. We had Jordan Henderson playing at the back. Okay? Klopp has... I was telling Steven this last night. Behind the scenes, I think Klopp he's afraid to go back on his word because I guarantee you he is in the ears of Reece Williams. He's in the ears of Nat Phillips, of Fabinho, saying, I trust you guys at the back. I'm putting you at the back because I know we have injury situations, but you're up in the first team for a reason. I trust you guys. How would Klopp look? And Steve had a great answer to this. How would Klopp look if he goes out and buys a center back after telling all of these kids, this is the situation. I trust you guys. I'm going to put you back there. And Steve, what did you say he would look like last night?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. What did I say?
Steve goes, he would look like a guy who wants to win the Premier League.
Yeah. Okay, so Kyle says, how would Klopp look if he goes back on his word and everything he's whispered in the ears of Nat Phillips and Reece Williams?
You make it sound lame.
And then goes ahead and brings in first team center back, and I said he would sound like someone that wants to win the Premier League. We can't be stubborn. Every single day counts. Every single day counts. How nice would it be to say back-to-back champions? Liverpool didn't just win one after a 30-year drought. They won back-to-back. They started a dynasty. They won it without Virgil van Dijk, without Joe Gomez, with Thiago out for 2 months for a phantom injury none of us know about, without Ox for a while, with Fabinho playing center back. They had to start Reece Williams, Nat Phillips for 2 months of the year or whatever.
You could hold that over the head of every rival fan
Exactly.
for eternity.
Exactly. I feel like
Steve's
you
deep in
have
thought.
you have to bring someone in, or dare I say, I don't want to say it.
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
I kind of want.
If we don't bring someone in, we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble. Big.
What makes
trouble.
you? Do you say that only because of the recent results?
No, I say it because Matip cannot stay healthy.
Oh my God, this guy Matip cannot stay healthy.
Look, here's the problem. We can count on Matip being hurt. But what if Nat Phillips gets hurt? Can Nat Phillips not play in the Champions League still?
I think they can. Now, granted, people probably know more than I do, but I think they can re-register him after the group stages.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. I could.
Now, let's just say Nat Phillips gets hurt or Reece Williams gets hurt. Let's say Matip goes down again, which he probably will. God forbid, knock on wood. I don't want to see the guy hurt, but we can count on something. What if they get hurt?
We always have to say that after we say this happens to this guy.
Well, because I don't want to jinx him.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. What if they get hurt too? Nintendo, Genie, Milner.
I would have a Sunday summary where for 45 minutes we just laughed because it would be comical at that point.
Yep.
Dude,
Man City are starting to heat up. It's the only thing I'm worried about. Literally not worried about any other team. I don't think anyone else should be either. Big picture here. We need to win back-to-back titles to cement ourselves in the history books.
Yep. I think every rival fan will jump at the opportunity to say that our Premier League win was illegitimate, right? Okay, it's proper banter. I'd expect nothing less. But at the same time, if we win it this year, they can't. They can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
We can literally look and say, look, Allison was injured every other week. Van Dijk and Matip and Gomez, our first top three center backs, out. Thiago, out.
Jota. 2-3 months.
Out. Literally, dude, I don't know.
Trent missed time.
Yeah, Trent missed
Shout
time.
out Andy Robertson. What a legend.
Seriously, what a
bulletproof legend.
Andy Robertson probably has 3 injuries right now, and he's just playing through them.
He's just an absolute legend.
God.
The man deserves $200K a week.
Oh, $200K a week, yeah. Well, for that just brings me back to the point about Wijnaldum. Pay Wijnaldum.
We can't even open that can of worms.
No. It's too late in the show to open that can of worms. But guys, just want to let everyone know, come join us over on the Nothing But Reds Agenda on the Anfield Agenda YouTube page at 10:30 for the Nothing But Reds Agenda. I just want to thank everyone who's been in the chat, leaving your thoughts throughout. Appreciate it very much. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button as well. Just want to give a couple shout outs to Liz, Omar Rogers, Arnika Cash, Rob Scott, giving their predictions, Jersey Boy as well. Thanks everyone for putting their input into the chat. And we got Harry Price coming over from Anfield Agenda. Appreciate it, guys. Steve, closing thoughts.
We'll see you at the Nothing But Reds Agenda.
Pumped, dude. Pumped. We're talking about Upamecano over there. See what's good with that and some more transfer news. So we'll see everyone there. And until then, Reds, take care.